At the source of all life, there is water. On Mars, where it is rare, water is a source of conflict, struggle, and death. Since the turmoil, there have been unending wars, fought over the possession of clean water. We are the forgotten children of Earth, trapped in this red, barren wasteland. Here, hell is not a concept, it's our reality. And the reality is that every drop counts. Then there were the unfortunates, caught in the full power of the sun's radiation, forced to deform, mutate into unrecognizable monsters. The others, the ones who remained similar to our ancestors in likeness, hid under massive metal shells, governed by water corporations. But in the slums, people's lives aren't worth much more than the mutants. And I would know. That's where I spent the first 10 years of my life, under the boot of the Vori. Of course, in despair, there is hope. Some have begun to explore, travel even, from corporation to corporation, leaving their loyalties behind. We have organization, structure, and inevitably, politics. We have rulers, a people's assembly, and far removed from us, the Dowser, the inaccessible face of abundance. And finally, there's us, the elite protectors of the people, the spearhead of the army, my brothers and sisters who all share the same special gift. We are Technomancers.
Ahoy, Zachariah.
Scott, you came.
Wouldn't miss it for the world. Sure, my memory isn't what it... But I remember to write things down on my calendar. Oh, I do sometimes forget what my calendar is. Anyhow, I knew your last cadet mission was today. Any nerves? If it's any consolation, you look more than fit enough.
No, I'm good. I'm ready.
Yes, healthy flush of the skin, no rapid eye movement. You don't look stressed out. Very well, I won't bother you anymore. Oh, but if I can bother you, just a moment. I recently acquired a batch of materials that can improve your gear. It's not much, but I thought you'd like it. Still can't believe you're going to be an officer soon.
Yeah, me too. Thanks, Scott. Means a lot.
Ah. I fear we've dilly-dallied on pleasantries. Your master, Sean, waits for you in the courtyard. So stiff, that one. I fear his spine is concocted from steel. A spine prosthetic. How interesting. What if... Oh, and stop by the clinic and come shoot the chit-chat. No, that's not... Just don't be a stranger. If you feel ill or need a hand, come see me. I'm always glad to help. Good luck, my boy.
Thank you, Scott. Will do. I promise.
fucking Mancers. Every time they come around, something new is broken. I fix it, they break it again. I fix it, they break it worse. I'm a modern fucking Sisyphus tasked with pissing in the ocean.
Oh, shit.
Zachariah, today, as you know, marks your final mission as a cadet. I trust you are prepared.
Of course, Master. Ready, willing, and able.
And a little nervous. Normal and expected. That's why I have gathered together your usual instructors to allow you to warm up and prepare. It's for you to ace the tests for each fighting technique. Prepare yourself. And once you are ready, join me at the station. From there, a train will take us to the mission site.
Thank you, Master.
Want to test your skills with a knife and a gun? Not really in the rule book, so if you do...
Let's do it.
All right.
I'd advise you to not try anything.
Go again?
Another time, maybe.
Don't underestimate stealth techniques, or how much faster you can be in combat with light weapons.
How about a little self-defense training?
Sure, why not?
Care to go again?
Maybe later.
If you would like to practice your Technomancy techniques, or...
I'm always honored to learn what you have to teach.
Excellent.
I'd advise you to not try anything.
Would you care to fight again?
A little brush up on my technique could never...
Indeed. Remember to attend to...
Please let me in. It's imperative I speak to someone in charge.
Sorry, civilians are allowed in barracks. If you have a question, you're gonna need to send it.
Just, please. I'm Corporal Tyrant. Yesterday. Someone must know where he is. What's happened to him? Please.
You got a letter, I can pass it along. Other than that, though, you gotta go.
Would you care to fight again?
I would love to. Another time, Master. Thank you.
Of course. Keep in mind, a well-trained staff can be quite formidable. And as you know, the control over our Technomancer is what makes us unique.
Hey, heard from Captain Sean you're heading out to the station. You leaving now?
Yep, already ready.
Oh, stop right there. We're conducting a search.
Look at this piece of shit. Well, what do we have here? Road trash seems lost, don't it? You forget we don't want your kind around here, trash. Move your sorry ass out of here before you find yourself bleeding from both ends. I'm sorry. I didn't ask you to speak! Did I? You useless piece of shit! Why would I want to hear what you have to say? Waste of space! Please! I can't! Shut your mouth and just fucking die! Corpse will feed the rats. At least then you'd have a purpose.
Such a waste of life. A waste of space. Am I right? A rogue is a Zack, right? You can dress him up.
Fuck off, Alan, before I...
Zachariah, we're leaving. Certain people are graduating to the rank of officer today, while others aren't even worth the expense of their time or energy. Let us be off to more remarkable things. Look, Zack, we are heading for the dome. It was built by the first settlers, a relic itself.
And what's there for us?
According to reports, looters, who, in our interest, it would be best to keep out of the dome.
Can't go through here.
Zachariah, do you remember your first lesson?
On the scarcity of life?
Indeed, the very one. Kill a fellow unfortunate and, in this hell, only the more alone we will become. Disable the looters, but spare their lives. We encroach our destination. Take note that enemy forces lie in wait.
There are looters gathered at the dome's entrance. A lot of them. But they're not equipped to be more than a nuisance.
Take care nonetheless, Zachariah. That guard there, separated from his group. Sneak on him and the battle will be easily won. Zachariah, please tell me I did not fail to train you better than this. Fail to teach you the value of life. Especially that of our own kind. Stay near. The structure is like a maze. The inexperience could easily become lost. Sometimes I wonder if initiating you is the right thing to do.
What do you mean? Am I not ready?
No, you're ready, Zachariah. With that, there is no doubt. I worry about you and care for your happiness. Once you become a Technomancer, there's no going back. You lose your freedom. From the moment our abilities are brought into the light, to the moment the light is snuffed from our eyes, the Technomancers are nothing but pawns on a chessboard. We have no free will. Abundance forces its will on us. I think about the future. How hard it will become as the ASC rises in power. This door... it is the same as that in our chapel. Accessible only to the combined energies of 2 Technomancers. The entrance, and beyond, the main room, where we must go.
For being so old, it's in great condition. What exactly, Master, is inside the dome?
Knowledge, Zach. The very essence of knowledge, even. Creatures do not belong here. Their very presence is a danger to the relics. We must seek out their origin. I remember well the first time I came here. I was fascinated. I really thought I was part of an elite. I've become disillusioned since then. If all this knowledge indeed gives us some sort of power, we are still faced with so many obstacles that we can't do anything with it. It's more of a danger for us than a tool. This is the main room. The console over there. Activate it, and heed its words.
Will do.
Witness registration, March 17th, 2076. Subject 12. The subject appears acclimatized, pulse elevated but steady, unaffected by any visible health concerns. James, how do you feel?
Great! So alive! My heart's racing, and I feel like I can take on the world. And I'm being honest here, it's a bit overwhelming.
Subject self-report is consistent and substantiated with our measurements of him and other subjects, all of whom produce EEGs indicating activity levels acutely higher than any ever associated with a human not subjected to the mutation. The only adverse side effect, it appears, is the near tenfold increase in corporeal and cerebral electricity. Dangerous levels that will necessitate the urgent invention of a device capable of evacuating such surplus in order to avoid subject injury.
This man talking about technomancy, about mutations, as if... I can't believe.
And yet it still might be so. This recording dates to the first settlers. Speaks of the first Technomancers. Shocking, perhaps? Where did you think our abilities came from? A divine power?
I don't... But we have no physical signs of mutation, and I don't know any mutant that has our gifts.
And why should any of those things matter? Might not our mutation simply be of a different form? This brings us to the most important point. What you have seen unifies us, unifies the Technomancers. This secret must be kept from all other humans. If this information was discovered by, say, the ASC, we would become nothing but slaves. Our situation is already incredibly undesirable. We are not only isolated, but used as human bombs. Take a walk by the mutant pen in the slums one day. That is what our lives could have been. Don't be dismayed. I have been through this as well, so have all the other Technomancer officers in abundance. Knowledge of this revelation makes you one of us now, more so than your skills. But now is time to deal with the creatures infesting the dome. It would be a real shame if the installations here are damaged, for we will no longer be able to hold initiation trials here.
Yes. Yes, of course, Master. I haven't found an opening yet, so... They must have breached lower in the dome.
Then that's where we must go. I will divert the attention of these creatures. At the base of the dome, you will find their entry point. To have swarmed here, they must have dug a passage.
I'm on it.
You, who bore witness to the secret with your own eyes, who knows in your heart of hearts that the revelation that he bears is true, and who has understood that this knowledge could cast us into endless pits of despair. As you drink the sap of the world, the water that feeds our lives, abandon the one you thought you were, and instead become our brother, Zachariah Mancer. Together we have shared the water and secret. Can you swear to forever protect the knowledge of the Earth and to dedicate your life to finding it again? To defend and protect our secret, even with the sacrifice of your life, if need be?
I swear.
Then welcome, my brother.
I know you must be troubled by what you've learned, and I assure you that it's no less troubling to me. But be proud of what you are, and know, no matter what, we are by your side. And that this initiation, as horrid as it may be, makes you forever our brother.
You showed the courage of lions beneath the dome, and for it, you have been made an officer. So I imagine, now that you no longer need my guidance, they will send me elsewhere, with the great and endless pride of having been your teacher over these few years.
The honor was mine, Master.
No, not Master. It's just Sean now.
Go. Take your assignment as an officer. Count the blessings you've amounted, those that allowed you to avoid the front thus far. Captain Eliza is waiting in the barracks. She's harsh, but fair. But before you find her, we all know the regulations. Technomancers get no leave from the front in times of war. So being here, I can't even sneeze without a report being written up. But you have a free pass. I need you to go to the exchange district for me. There's an itinerant merchant there who was supposed to arrive yesterday. Just meet with him. The merchants have no ties to abundance and travel among us like shadows. They hear things, whispered things, and pay people to forget they are there. I'm looking for information on any archaeological discoveries that could expose the Earthlings. Information that would help protect our secret. Ask him if they've heard of any such finds.
Yes, Great Master, as you wish.
Good, Zachariah. But take care that not a single soul knows what you're after. Not a single soul can hear your exchange with the merchants.
Lieutenant Zachariah Manser? Your reputation precedes you.
Pleasure, Quartermaster. Hi.
Lieutenant, how can I...
Lieutenant Zachariah Manser. I think congratulations are...
The honor is mine, Captain.
For now, we're stationed in town and focusing on missions intended to maintain order and safety among the civilians. Here are the two other fine soldiers making up your unit for the time being. David Ward and Jeffrey Hunter.
My pleasure, Lieutenant. Congratulations and...
Leave the ass-kissing for later, soldier. Lieutenant?
Yes, sir, Captain.
Excellent. Moving on to more pressing matters, our mission just came in, and it's aimed at smothering regime opposition. According to the intel the ASC gave us, those terrorists live in the slums and are plotting several attacks. Your mission is to infiltrate the terrorists. Stop the attack. Orders are to capture Bulgakov alive. I'm going to drain him for intel about other terrorist cells and dismantle them.
You got it, Captain.
Move quickly. The longer you take, the more risk there is to the citizens of Ophir. Before you go, though, there's one more mission. One requiring speed. We have deserters in our ranks, Lieutenant. Deserters planning to flee like rats through the city's underground. That won't happen. That seems harsh to you. Setbacks against Aurora have ruined our reputation, to the point that every action we take is scrutinized and extorted by those seeking to gain from our... A mass desertion would spell scandal if it became public. You catch them before any word of their escape comes out.
Chasing after deserters sounds great. Where do we start?
The slums. They must have gone home to ask for help, so we should pay their families a visit. I'm sure our escapees will be around.
I find it disgusting, chasing my own companions.
See the Technomancer? Shh, you're on state.
Hello?
Hello. Looking for some medicine? Drug?
Great Master said the caravan would be right here. The stand looks like it's been deserted. I'll question the neighboring merchants.
Are you looking for merchants? Got some things to buy, Lieutenant? You should have told me. I could have...
Mr. Mancer, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Big on weaponry, I hope?
I was expecting a caravan in the stall.
They arrived yesterday, but I wasn't there when it happened. But from what I heard, some people were looking to talk, and talking turned to shouting, and after that, they were seen down in the slums. I hear, and then they were dragged into some warehouse.
Lieutenant?
Our army's not doing so hot. Don't know if our generals are old or our soldiers soft. We've been on the...
Hello?
Hello.
Can you help me? I'm looking for any information.
I don't know. My memory sometimes needs incentive.
How about this? You tell me what you know, or you'll find yourself in a room with others who'll be a little bit more assertive in their efforts to refresh your memory.
Listen, Manson, my morning breakfast is scarier than you. Why don't you just tell me what...
Don't act like you have nothing to gain. Merchants are just...
Listen, kid. Take your shitty reasoning and shove it back up. Listen, kid. Take your shit... Listen, kid. Take your shitty reasoning and shove it back up your...
Hey, have you heard? Word on the street is that the ASC is hiring.
Yeah, I have. They'll have a hard time finding people.
Mr. Matt...
You can feel the effects of the war, even at the market.
Hello?
Hello? Looking for some medic... Listen, kid. Take your shitty reasoning and shove it back up your ass. Across the street, they got a ton of
beggars seem to be multiplying. Where could they be coming from?
Slums. Poor folks. They're almost all handicapped.
That's the price of war, I guess. I'm gonna deal with the next one on that. I'd advise you to not try anything. Make the slightest move, you're a dead man. Make the slightest move, you're a dead man.
where they're hoping to get to. I mean, sure, these underworks are vast, but still. You think they want to join enemy lines?
They're trying to get away from the war, the fights, and after what they saw, we can't really hold that against them. So I assigned to this unit. I know what the captain said. I hope you're not planning to kill him. I know Boris, he's a great guy. He must just be at the end of his tether. He's fought a lot for abundance. It can't go down this way.
Fortunately, this is beyond my skill level.
So you got me, Mancer. Good for you. How much blood did you spill along the way? You're nothing more than a lackey for abundance. At some point, we've all felt the way you do about abundance. But they just take and take until we're all used up. We are tired and want out. But they send you, another loyal dog, to drag us back. I fought my whole life for them. Today, for once, I'm gonna fight for myself.
All right then, let's do this.
So you got me, Mancer. At some point, I fought my...
All right.
So you... That's...
All right.
So you got that's
All right.
So you got me, man. That's
All right.
So you got that's
All right.
So you at some point I fought my whole
All right then.
Yeah. Yeah. So you got me, Mancer.
All right.
Stop! Let me go. I am not your enemy. All I want is to live in peace. Please, I'm begging you.
I should kill you, but I won't. Not like this. So I'm gonna take you in. Cooperate, and the military tribunal might just spare your life.
Right. The tribunal knows about as much of mercy as the devil knows of kindness. No. I would rather die a free man.
It's hard to do, but it's what the captain ordered. Yeah? Get rid of them?
Fuck the orders. I won't do it. These men were our brothers. We fought alongside them, and I won't forget that. They learned their lesson. Let them go.
Fortunately, this is beyond my skill level.
Hi.
Lieutenant, how can I help you?
Word on the street is that the locusts are swarming the underworks. Patrol gonna get it under control before the
Unlikely. High Command's about as interested in the slums as they are the underworks. As it goes, little nuisances have a way of becoming big problems over time. Proliferation. And I'd be willing to pay to nip it in the butt. Well, you'd have more luck killing them in their nests than hunting them one by one. Or you could booby-trap the tunnels and catch...
You already back, Lieutenant Zachariah?
Captain, report?
Yes, Lieutenant.
Rest assured, potential scandal's been abolished. Everything's in order. We managed to neutralize most. Some, unfortunately, escaped.
Then you didn't act quickly enough. It should have been your priority, Lieutenant. Because of your failures, all we can do now is hope that the word doesn't spread. What was the fate of the sergeant in charge of the group?
Sergeant Boris? He's been arrested.
I take it some moral relativism stopped you from killing him? But now, because of it, we're going to have to face an internal investigation. The ASC will interrogate Boris, and even if a scandal's been avoided, our cracks will now be apparent to the powers that be. In spite of the less than perfect results, go find the quartermaster. He has your pay for this mission. Good. Moving on. We have new missions. Bit of a welcome change from the big chases. We've got state officials arriving in Ophir today, and an ASC warning. We've got brigades tracking the spies, but you're gonna have to usher them through the slums and make sure they get to our quarters. Questions, Lieutenant?
Unfortunately, this is beyond my skill level. Hi.
Lieutenant, how can I help?
Captain Eliza told me to come find you from...
Indeed, I've been expecting you. Here you go.
Hello?
Hello. Looking for...
How's this for a memory booster?
Oh my. Perfect. What, you want a gift wrapped? What I'm about to tell you could get me killed. You've heard the tale of the Vori, of the underworld. So these overpriced foreign merchants did something to piss them off. Didn't pay their rite of passage or protection serum or something. Whatever the hell it was. They were kidnapped. That's all I know. Where they are, or even if they're still alive, I haven't the damnedest clue. For that, you'll have to ask the Vori. Now do Joe a favor. Take this herb and get the hell out before you raise suspicions.
Are we really gonna talk to that man? The chief of the Vori? You know that even back at home we used to hear about him? He's a terrifying man. And hanging out with the mob. The merchants are that important to you?
I can't take this anymore. I don't even have enough to feed my kids. My job beats a damn Vori more than my own family.
Keep your mouth shut. You wouldn't be the first to moan and end up sleeping under the sun.
Lieutenant, should we maybe get the civilians away from the plaza? It might be safer.
Good point. Yeah, let's ask him to move back.
My boy, I have a favor to ask you. I've lost something.
What'd you lose?
So, he's a friend, and I lost him. It looks like he disappeared, and I am a bit worried. I know that he was doing some sensitive research.
How do you want me to find him?
He has an assistant. Very nice. She used to make delicious pastries. Unless I'm mixing her.
I'll go find her. She must know what happened.
Maybe. It's true I don't get invited to conferences as often.
Hey there, I'm looking for Charles Seeker. You know where I could find him?
And you are?
Zachariah Mancer. Professor and I have a mutual...
I know the feeling. Haven't seen him for days. I got a message informing me he had taken an impromptu vacation, but it's not like him. He didn't even like to sleep. Said
Yeah, seems a bit off, doesn't it? Professor was supposed to start some research with a friend of mine as well. I'm sure he'd already started work on it before leaving. You know anything about it?
Of course. I was involved with the professor's research, though I shouldn't discuss it with anyone without his consent. But with that last name, Mancer, I suppose this technomancy research is of particular interest to you. Otherwise, most people barely bat an eye towards the scientific aspects of technomancer powers.
If you're concerned that the message wasn't really from the professor...
To the authorities? Of course not. The authorities, Mr. Mancer, have far more pertinent issues than this, which I'm sure...
Trust me, I get why you're reluctant to talk. I do.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I can tell you some things. I'm afraid the professor's vocal railings against the ASC and their ceaseless power grabs... I would give anything to be wrong, of course, but hope is oftentimes incongruous with...
That's one good-looking woman. Too bad she's only got eyes for a professor. You seem so sad. Lieutenant, why are you investigating the professor's disappearance? The captain never discussed it. It's not our order.
I've been working on something that'll help us in the long run. Something really important. I don't know how it's connected to this, but it is. You have to trust me.
Oh, I get it. You want to solve a case on your own. I got your back, Lieutenant.
Lost 10 doses of serum the other day. Bad bet in the arena for curiosities. Why doesn't have my head if this keeps up?
Easier said than done. I know the thrill of a win. Reminds me, did you see the fight the other day? An unarmed man taking on a whole group of guys with knives?
Make the slightest move, you're a dead man.
Sorry, pal. Nobody enters this office if they got no pass.
That right, pal? I'm an officer and a Technomancer, and I'm here to see Anton Rogue. Think you should let me in.
You even know who Anton Rogue is? He's the big fucking balls here. The boss. I don't care if you're a damn general. Get the hell out of here.
Alright, I'll be back.
Oh, good.
Come on, guys, let's get him!
Look what the cat dragged in. The prodigal son. A diamond in the rough, risen from poor street trash to the godlike ranks of Technomancer. Now tell me, why am I so lucky to be in your presence?
I'm looking for a caravan of merchants. They were supposed...
Yeah, rude little men. My town, my streets. Uninvited competition. If you're ready to settle their debts, I'd be happy to usher them.
These merchants were involved in some outside business that requires interrogation as soon as possible. You can either help me find them, or we can always turn our attention towards your business affairs. Your call, Anton.
So either I turn a blind eye, or you do. Fair enough. Very well. Let's be magnanimous and hope that you will be too. You will find your suspects in one of our warehouses. Go see the guards and tell them, he who profits will deserve honor. They will give you the keys. Business is business, and now that ours is done, I will trust in your discretion.
I gotta go.
Then go.
Slightest move, you're a dead man.
Anton Rogue sent me. I need the keys to the building.
Oh yeah? And I'm the Towser. What, I'm just supposed to believe you? Well, you got the password, so here's the key.
Thanks.
Make the slightest move, you're a dead man.
Door's locked from the other side. Guess we're going around. Fortunately, this is beyond my skill level.
Who are you? You don't look like a gu-
Because I'm not. Name's Zach.
I am indeed. Fear-
Ian Mancer, great master of the Technomancers, sent me to talk to you.
Ah, I see. Yes. One of my favorite clients. And a man with whom I, indeed, have some information.
News I'm sure the great master will be glad to hear. You should go now. Get back on the exchange as quick as you can.
I'm not one to dally, Mancer. I'll see you around, I'm sure.
Make the slightest move, you're a dead man. Make the slightest move, you're a dead man. Make the slightest move, you're a dead man.
Hi.
Lieutenant!
Made the traps you suggested. Now they just have to be set to catch the locusts.
And I'll make sure they find their way to the tunnels. Keep the filthy things from reaching the surface and poaching our goods. And Lieutenant, thank you. It's your lucky day. I need a favor, if you have the time, on top of the missions the captain already gave you.
Depends on the favor.
Soldiers back from the front are barricaded inside the warehouse, but they think Aurora's outside and they're in the middle of a war zone. They've terrorized the merchants, but honestly, that's not even the worst of it. According to internal reports, they're not just soldiers. They're test subjects for a new combat drug that increases their strength tenfold. Their paranoia is probably a result of the drug, but it makes the situation even more dangerous. I would prefer it if you could reason with them. You could use force, but in their state, first things first, we need to help get them quarantined and away from civilians to prevent— I know you're up to your neck in other responsibilities, but please, this is a favor for me and a favor for the guys.
How's he think a noob who's not even a real soldier will be able to reason with a corporal hopped up on some super drug? He knows Technomancers aren't magicians, right?
Pipe down, Lieutenant will find a way. Maybe we just need to find the corporal's family to help talk him down. Look at me, I'm just full of ideas.
soldier. Please let me in. It's imperative
Ma'am, your husband.
Yes, I'm Corporal Tyrone Ward's wife. So he is back? Why haven't I been
Ma'am, he's safe, but he's scared. Paranoid. Suffering severe post-traumatic stress. So what I need for you to do is tell me something.
Tell him I'm here. Tell him I'm waiting to see him. Dying to see him. Tell him about the ribbon he sent me for my hair, and that it...
Zachariah, a pleasure as always. What
I finally managed to meet the merchants you told me about. It wasn't easy. The mob kidnapped...
I'm sure gratitude helped to loosen their lips. So what knowledge was gleaned from such lengths?
Word that Aurora is running large-scale excavations along the shadow paths near our territory, and in the process uncovering important objects, maybe even a relic.
Fascinating. Finds that are no doubt better off in our hands than those of Aurora's Technomancers. Keep those merchants close, Zachariah. Information like that is such a priceless commodity. You are no more free to roam than the rest of us. Of that I have no doubt. But if you find yourself with access to a rover and perhaps find a way to that excavation site and locate the relic, well, it may seem petty. It's a mission for some rusty relic that may or may not even exist. However...